Hello YouTube. Happy Sunday and happy TRM Day. I thought I'd take a few minutes today to talk about one of my favorite knife brands and a US made knife company, TRM, Three Rivers Manufacturing. So Three Rivers Manufacturing started out as Halpern Machine Works. I believe it was Halpern Machine Works. Anyhow, they were making components for knife companies and they started making TRMs in their own line of knives. I've got a representation here of what TRM offers, with one exception that I'll point out in a second. And we'll start with the smallest, and then we will work backwards from there. So let's take a look at Made in the USA, super thin and slicey, ready to cut today, TRM knives. So the first knife we'll look at is the TRM Nerd. This is their smallest in offerings. You guys know how this works. You can go check the specs. The blade on this is about 2¼ 2.2 inches long. It's the smallest of the knives, but you'll notice it does have and allow me easily 3 fingers with the 4th hanging off if I use the choil. If I don't use the choil, it gives me a full 3-finger grip. But again, using the choil and the sliciness of this little blade makes this a fantastic 5th carry knife. The one thing that's been added to this lineup that I did not pick up at Blade Show, but I did take a look at it, is the Hole Nerd, or the Holy Nerd, which they've taken this fullered area here and they've made it a thumb deployment hole to give you a little bit better access when you're getting that deployment. You don't have to put as much of a wrist flick on it. But these do operate on washers, and they are, again, not as much fidget knives, but fantastic EDC knives, fantastic thin knives, great 5th pocket or everyday carry knives. So that is the Nerd. It is the smallest in their offering. And then we come up to the TRM Neutron. The TRM Neutron has thumb studs. It also has a nice choil, very thin ergos. Again, I don't know all the specs, but this is right around a 3-inch blade. Perfect carry, feels great in the hand. This knife and all these knives are going to be 20 CV. They're going to be made in America. They're going to be titanium liners. Just really well made, thin cutters. The Neutron, again, is probably the perfect size for me, being right at 3 inches. Not too small, very functional everyday knife. Pull it out of my pocket, use it, and go on with my business. So that is the TRM Neutron, and it is their 2nd largest knife. And then I want to skip a little bit smaller knife and go to the next in the line of the TRM, from the Nerd, Neutron, and then the Atom. And this is the Atom. This is their, again, very thin platform, 20 CV steel. These are upgraded titanium scales that they offer. All of these scales are upgradable. I'll give you a little overview on that in just a second. But this knife, 3½ inches. Again, fantastic ergos, fantastic cutter, great in the pocket. Guys, I love the titanium scales. Didn't think I would. They are not cheap. They are milled. I don't know if you can see the milling there, but they are very, very detailed milled. They make the knife feel very solid, also add a little bit of weight, but again, it's a light, it's a thin knife. And then we go to a knife that's a little bit smaller. It's about a 3.2 inch blade, but it's a departure from the other 3 knives that we looked at. This is their Shadow, the TRM Shadow River Lock knife. It uses the bar lock or the Axis style lock. They're calling it the River Lock if I'm not mistaken. But it again is an EDC knife that's built to be carried, built to be used, very thin blade stock, 20 CV blade. Fantastic ergos on this particular knife. You can get full 4-finger. I can on the grip. I can choke up. I can get down on what I'm cutting. Again, what I cut, as you guys know, is mainly going to be paper. It's going to be cardboard. It's going to be maybe some twine. You never know. But anyway, it's a great knife to carry. It's a knife I carry very often. It's got a really tall, thin grind blade. And again, when you look at these TRMs side by side, they really are not only elegant knives, but they are extremely well made, extremely functional cutters, and very, very comfortable carries, and just a fantastic American made knife. They are, I do hear people say, hard to get, and people complain about that. And I understand it's frustrating when you can't get a knife and you want a knife. But I can tell you, I was in the same boat. And if you get on the TRM groups, whether it's Instagram or if it's Facebook, or if you just go to their website, or if you send Marianne Halpern, one of the owners of TRM, or one of her team there, they've got about 3 young ladies that work in customer service, and just get on an email list. They can email you when they're going to be drops, and these are very obtainable. So guys, thanks for taking a little bit of time, stopping by, taking a look at the TRM knives. I can't say enough about Three Rivers Manufacturing. They are a USA made company, but I want to leave y'all with what's important, and that's looking out for the person on your left, looking out for the person on your right, looking out for each other, disagreeing but agreeing that disagreements are okay, and loving each other. Guys, it's been fantastic. Peace.